everyone, this is Nitrig from nitrig.com, and today I'm going to be going over poker distractions, both online and in your live casinos. There's tons of distractions, tons of things that will deviate you from winning, playing your A game. So I'm here to talk about the eight ways that you could focus better. Now, I'm not the best at following these rules. I'm aware of everything, but I'm not perfect, and it affects my game, and I know it. But that being said, I'll go ahead and try to tell you guys some of the stuff that I feel will help advance your game. The first thing is don't browse the internet while playing. I know this is really, really tempting. If you're playing online poker, you're not getting a good number of hands, and you're bored, or you're not getting any action, whatever. It's very easy just to throw up, Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and just check out the internet, browse the forums, whatever. But when you're doing that, you're not paying attention at the poker tables, and it's incredibly, incredibly bad. There's so much stuff that you see at the poker tables when you're actually paying attention. You might be finding little notes that you can take here and there on hands that you're not playing in, and then use them against your opponents in hands that you do play in the future. When you're browsing like YouTube or Reddit or whatever, like you're just going to lose a ton of money in the long term because you're not taking these notes in the short term. So that's very important. Second thing is find the optimal number of tables to play. This is different for every player. This is different for every single site. For me, like on PokerStars, I was playing about 16 to 18 tables, which would be kind of my optimal level for paying attention and not getting bored. For some people, it might be lower. Some people might be higher. For me, on let's say minted poker, then it's going to be like 6 tables where I can pay the most attention. It really depends on the software, the site, what type of player you are, all sorts of stuff. But find your own optimal level. If you play too few tables, you're just going to get bored, and you're not going to pay attention because your mind's going to be thinking about other things, and you're going to want to be going to different websites and chatting with your friends, and et cetera, et cetera. If you play too many tables, then you play at such a fast pace that you can't keep up with it, and you can't think about hands in depth or take notes because you're so busy clicking buttons and just autopiloting. So don't go to any one of those two extremes. Stay right in the middle in your sweet spot. If you want to get more tables and play comfortably, I highly recommend going down to like 2 and L and just playing as many tables as you can of 2 and L. And if you lose 5 buy-ins, who cares? That's $10. But I guarantee you, after a few hours of just massively playing 2 and L, you'll get used to 24 tables on PokerStars or 8 tables on Minted or whatever, and it's going to be a really good thing for your game because you can focus that much better on much more games. For some people, it's not the case. Some people might max out at 12 tables. That's completely fine. There's no such thing as the right number of tables. So just find where your sweet spot is and stick with that. Put on some headphones. Headphones are good for 2 reasons. One of them is just to show people that you're kind of in your own zone and you're just doing your thing at that time. You're not there to be social or anything. This is good if you have roommates or whatever. Last year I was living in a frat house with my friend. I'm not in a frat or anything, but they had a room open. I was gonna hang out with my friend for 6 months until we went traveling. So I lived there, and there's constantly people going in and out, and parties going on, people doing stuff, drinking, all sorts of stuff going on. The place was hopping. So it gets a little hard to play poker in a situation like that. So it's perfectly okay sometimes, to just have an hour or two where you can just, have some quiet time, lock the door, put on some headphones, just stay focused. Nothing in even if your surroundings are chaotic, it's okay to just put on headphones, be antisocial for 1 or 2 hours, and just put in a good solid session where you're focusing 100%. That's one good thing about headphones. Obviously the second is to listen to music and not annoy your friends or neighbors or whatever. I don't know what type of music you guys listen to, but I listen to like everything, so I eventually annoy someone with the music that I listen to, whether it's like I don't know Bach or Skrillex or whatever. I'll listen to something that someone doesn't like, and they'll tell me to put on headphones. So headphones are pretty plus EV in poker. Just saying that now. Number four, turn off everything. And that includes poker training videos. A lot of like students tell me that they watch videos while grinding, or they browse forums like 2+2 and stuff while grinding. That I think is really bad. Like that's a leak right there. It's good that people are putting in the time to try to improve their poker game outside of actually just playing poker. But the thing is, you need to segregate that 100% from your time that's dedicated to playing poker. If you're putting in if you're mixing the two, then you're really not being honest with yourself. Like you're gonna have significantly less value in not only in your poker quality of what you're actually playing, but also in the amount that you learn. I guarantee you, if you have 12 tables, that you're not going to learn too much from watching a video in the background. At the same time, people watch TV while playing poker, and I don't see how people can do that and play 100% optimally. If you got distractions going, it's just not going to be good for you. Like 100% of your focus needs to be on poker. And the example I give in this article is if you're beating 10 and L for two big blinds per 100, which is a decent win rate. It's okay. That means that every 100 hands, if you're 20 cents under, like just because of distractions in 100 hands than what you would be if you had paid 100% attention, then you instantly go into a losing player. You go from like a decent winning player to like a losing player, and that's just 20 cents. Like it's nothing. So it's so important that you're paying 100% attention all the time. It'll increase your win rate. It could be pretty significant for some people. It could be like 3 or 4 times for some people, I would say. So don't take my word for it. Go out, try it, and give yourself 50,000 hands where you just play 100% focused, and if you're not, don't play, and look at your win rate and be honest with yourself. For everyone's different. Some people can like do other stuff while playing and not really have it affect their game. Those players are few and far between. For most players, they don't even realize it, but if they just tuned out a lot of things, a lot of distractions while playing, then they would win a lot more money. Number 5, turn on music. I highly recommend getting Pandora.com. It's completely free. You can set up your own station and listen to whatever you want. I think if you go over like 40 hours a week or something, then you just pay for their premium service, which is $36 a year. It's like the nuts when it comes to online music. So I would recommend going ahead and getting that and just like listening to music off that. If you have your own iTunes or get music off of the deep dark holes of the internet, that's your business. Whatever. Just find some way to listen to music. Some people do need silence to focus 100%. If that's your case, then have silence. Like you can put on like noise canceling headphones but not have music on, so it like noise cancels everything. Like you just hear void space noise or whatever, like static or whatever goes on in your head. Like I don't know, for me, like I got super like I got so many thoughts just buzzing around my head 24/7, and like my mind's like constantly trying to do multiple things at once. So I need some sort of like music or rhythm or something to just keep my attention just very static and going going at a steady pace, or else there's just like chaos going in my head and it's so hard to think. It's different for everyone, but I think a lot of people for a lot of people, music is a very plus EV thing to do for your poker game. Types of music. I mean, it all depends on the person. For me, I like to listen to all sorts of things. It could be from like contemporary music, like party music, electronic music. I'll listen to soft music. It all depends what I'm trying to do. Like if it's the morning and I'm trying to get pumped up and 100% awake, I'll listen to something more energetic. If it's like if I'm a little stressed from just you know external sources, like I have a test at school or something or whatever, I'll put on some like classical music. It'll just help keep me calm. I think I'm sorry, I think music is a tool that you can use in poker. You don't have to use it, but I would highly recommend it. Just something that puts you in a good mood, doesn't stress you out, and keeps your head on straight and keeps your focus at a pace. So yeah, remember Pandora.com. Live poker distractions. A lot of this is similar to online poker, but it's just live. The sixth little tip thing is talk to players, but be reasonable. When you're playing live, you know it's it's not really fun to just sit down at a table with nine people wearing headphones and just like sitting and staring at the table, like not saying anything. Like that's really weird and boring, and I would recommend that you don't do that. Um, you know, and you gotta think about it from a fish's standpoint. When or I guess a recreational player. I shouldn't say fish because some people get offended by it. A recreational player standpoint. A recreational player goes down to a casino, throws out like $200, $1,000 or whatever, and they're just there to gamble and have fun. They're not there to make $1 million. They're not there to like you know break everyone's bank and out level people and be the best in the world. They're not trying to do that. They're just trying to go and have fun. They think of it as a social experience. I don't get it like a social experience at a casino because there's a lot of like weird people at casinos, but like I don't know. They'll sit down at a table. They'll chat up people about poker, about their job, whatever. They'll have a drink. They'll talk about the latest, fantasy team, sports, whatever. They're there to have fun. So when you're getting 30 hands an hour, it's completely reasonable for you to take some of that like free time. You get so much free time to just sit there and talk to them. Now, if it becomes a problem where where they talk too much, like they can't stop talking to you about bad beat stories or whatever, and they're just driving you insane, you can't focus on any of the action that's happening with those 30 hands an hour, then you need to like figure out a way to tune them out. And number 7 is the best way, I think, is headphones. Again, headphones are the nuts. They're the stone cold nuts, and they're so stone cold nutted that they get two. um, they get 2 listings on my list of 8. So headphones when you're playing live poker are really really good, and it's pretty much the same reason. It's like when you're playing live, it's they're there to have fun. So if you turn around to them and just like say dude, shut up, I don't care about your bad beats, they're gonna get offended and blah blah blah. It's not fun for them anymore. They might leave. You don't need to start problems with people. I think the socially acceptable way to tune people out is just put on headphones. Like it's a very normal thing to wear headphones at a casino. So if someone tries talking to you with headphones, it's very reasonable that you won't respond because you can't hear them. So I think that that's a very polite way, in a sense, to tune those people out. And usually there's enough people at a casino, at a poker table to like chat about bad beat stories and whatever annoying stuff they want to talk about. But definitely give fish your time and attention. They're there to have fun, and you can have fun too. This is all about making money, but as a secondary goal, you can have fun. Fun doesn't have to necessarily distract you away from playing plus EV poker and winning. The 8th thing is to simply just turn off your phone. The phone is like the internet, or the phone is like a computer with the internet without actually being able to play poker on it. It's very distracting. Like nothing on it can make it plus EV for your game. Obviously, there's some stuff like if your friend busts at the poker table and you gotta drive home or whatever, then that's one thing. And like keep your phone on you so you can hear it. Or if you like listen to music off of your phone, then then whatever. You know, just listen to music on your phone. But don't be surfing the internet on your phone. Don't be updating Twitter. Don't be texting people. Don't be calling people. You know, a lot of casinos actually say that you shouldn't have your phone on the poker table, like it's against the rules. But even if they don't, you shouldn't be messing around with it just because it's another distraction. You know, along with all the TVs that are in casinos usually, along with all the people talking about their goofy problems and whatever. It's just another distraction, and you have all these distractions you can't really deal with, so why throw on another one that you can deal with? So I would just say turn off your phone, or you know, keep it on vibrate and just put it in your pocket and look at it once every hour or something. You know, don't harm yourself. So I guess to wrap things up, I'll go ahead and ask you guys a question. I already told you guys that my biggest leak with poker was chatting, or I guess with getting distracted in poker, is chatting with friends. Like I'll Skype students and friends, and you know, other business associates or whatever that I'm doing like side projects with. You know, I'll chat them up with Skype or GChat or AIM or whatever. And that's like a huge leak for me. So I want to see what your guys' biggest leaks are when it comes to distractions in poker. Whether it's, you know, looking at your phone too much, or you know, talking to people or watching TV or whatever. I want to hear what it is that is your leaks. It's kind of interesting to see differences in people's opinions. So go ahead and post down in the comments below. And you know, if you guys like this post, if you guys like this video, go ahead and check out nitreg.com, check out my YouTube channel. And you know, if you have Twitter, go ahead and check out twitter.com/nitregpoker. With all that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'm Nitreg from nitreg.com. Peace.